ArtemisII crew members now over 30,000 miles from Earth at an MET or mission elapsed time of 20 hours and 51 minutes. This is Artemis Mission Control at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, where the Orbit 1 team is on console and the crew aboard Orion is awake. They are in their post-sleep period, configuring the cabin and getting ready for the day. They'll be speaking with the ground shortly for a vehicle status conference and daily planning conference. Talking with teams here on the ground about the status of their spacecraft as they prepare for a translunar injection burn this afternoon. Later this morning, Commander Reed Wiseman and pilot Victor Glover will also set up the flywheel device. That is an exercise device that provides aerobic and strength training. It's very compact. It's a power-free system that allows the crew to conduct daily aerobic and resistive workouts inside the spacecraft. They can do rowing, squats, and deadlifts and adjust the resistance levels as needed. Exercise is extremely important for astronauts while in space to help them maintain their bone and muscle strength while in the microgravity environment and for their return to Earth. The crew will also have burn conferences and burn targeting today ahead of that translunar injection burn this afternoon. Again, translunar injection burn time scheduled to be 6:49 p.m. Central Time. Today, the crew will also conduct some setup of their National Geographic hardware aboard the Orion spacecraft. Through a competitive selection process, NASA selected National Geographic to help tell the story of Artemis II. The crew is equipped with multiple GoPros, both Max and Hero 11, and each day they're timelined to film from a shot list provided by National Geographic, which include different portions of their day, including their morning routine, talking with their families, exercising, and thoughts on the mission. It's a little early in the day for the crew to be thinking about their midday meal, considering they are probably having breakfast right now, but they have quite a selection of food aboard the Orion spacecraft. There are 189 unique menu items, including barbecued beef brisket, granola and blueberries, mango salad. They have 43 cups of coffee on board, different breakfast drinks and smoothies, green tea, cauliflower, butternut squash, quite a selection of food to choose from. After they have their midday meal, the crew has a little bit of downtime built into their schedule today. Again, they were woken up in the middle of the night as planned. They were able to take a very short nap, about 3 or 4 hours, before the perigee rays burn lifted the lowest point of Orion's orbit around the Earth. Once the perigee rays burn was complete, the crew was sent back to sleep and again woke up just about 45 minutes ago.
Houston Integrity for toilet.
Good morning, Integrity. We're with you.
Hey, we're complete. If you all want to start the flush early, that's up to you.
Checking. And Reed, we just want to confirm that you're talking about the wastewater dump.
Affirm. I don't know if it's helpful to start that early for you all or just for it always to be on timeline. Just want to let you know we're cycled through the toilet for the morning.
Thank you, Reed. And yes, we are enthusiastically excited about doing that early. You are go for that. And Reed, we'll let you know when we're complete.
Integrity.
The voice you hear speaking with the crew is coming from Artemis Mission Control here at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. That is NASA astronaut Chris Birch. She was selected by NASA to join the 2021 astronaut class. You can see her there at the bottom of your screen. And she is serving as the CAPCOM today, the capsule communicator. That's the single person in the room that speaks directly with the crew, filtering information that they and the flight director gather from the mission control teams and relay to the crew any actions or information that they need to know. This helps keep communications streamlined and clear. This is Artemis Mission Control.
Good morning from Integrity. We are ready to go for the morning conference.
Good morning, Integrity. I have a couple of topics for you. First, regarding timeline, we have a PCD uplink in progress, and then you'll have updated flight plans that will end in Victor 2, version 2, as the most current. I have a couple of DU items for you. First, the nominal burn plan has been uplinked, and that is in slot 1. And then second, as we were updating the flight plan to the DUs, we believe it was open on DU2, so it may not show the updated plan. So please, at your convenience, close and reopen the flight plan on DU2 and reset it to the current day's plan. How copy?
Okay, we copy slot 1 is nominal, and we will close and reopen the flight plan on DU2.
Good copy. For your essay, during the eclipse after the TLI burn, we're going to rotate to put the CM window 2 facing Earth for about 30 minutes. And then a question for all crew on cabin temperature. Currently the cabin temp is set to 70 degrees, but our actual temp is reading 73. If you'd like to stay at this temperature, please let us know so we can raise the set point to prevent the vehicle from cooling down.
Yeah, Stretch, thanks for asking about the temperature. I think the consensus from the crew is no colder than this. We love it in here right now.
Copy, Victor. Would you prefer us to raise the set point from where it is now?
Yeah, we like this set point for daytime and then maybe up a degree at nighttime.
Okay, copy, Victor. All right, our plan will be to raise the set point so that the cabin temperature stays at 73, and then we can plan to raise that a degree or two for sleep.
Okay, Chris, is that all you have for us?
One last item, and this is for Reed. We've put together some words for you on how to do GoPro exposure adjustments. We're working to get that uplink, and it'll be in a crew message. We can let you know when it's on board, and that's all I have.
All right, Stretch, thank you for the, Chris, thank you for all the info this morning. We have reopened the flight plan on DU2. Avatar is the same as yesterday for POIC. 8/7/16 is extinguishes out. We also grabbed some AGA readings earlier this morning. We got them at 2018 MET CO2 is 2.4, O2 19.3. Pressure 14.6 and temperature 71.5. Thank you. Happy faces all around on that one.
All right, Houston copies. Do you guys have any questions for us before I pass you over to flight for the vehicle status conference?
No other questions for you, and questions from the mission summary active watches were done for the timeline, and the D5 times were already set.
Okay, we copy those reports. Thank you very much. All right, I'll pass you over to flight. And Integrity, for your information, we're going to start the conference in private on OE2.
That was the Artemis II crew aboard Orion, also called Integrity, checking in with the ground here for their daily planning conference, getting some report outs from Capcom and NASA astronaut Chris Birch. Birch reading up to the crew that after the translunar injection burn and eclipse, the crew will be able to see the Earth out the window for about 30 minutes. And reporting the temperature inside Orion, currently about 70 degrees, which the crew enjoys and requested it a little warmer for sleep. So teams here on the ground are going to make sure that they keep the temperatures around those levels. Pilot Victor Glover called down some readings from the AGA, that's the anomaly gas analyzer. The crew takes these readings a couple of times throughout the day to ensure that the gases in the cabin are at reasonable levels. This is our first flight of an ECLIS system, or an environmental control and life support system, as this is our first flight with crew, so they are testing out how that ECLIS system is working with 4 humans living aboard Orion. He also mentioned AVATAR. That stands for a Virtual Astronaut Tissue Analog Response. It's an important component of NASA's strategy to get a holistic understanding of how the deep space environment affects humans. Scientists plan to use an organ-on-a-chip technology during Artemis II, which makes this the first time these devices will be used beyond the Van Allen belt. These chips are about the size of a USB thumb drive and measure how astronauts respond to deep space stressors, including extreme radiation and microgravity. These organ chips will contain cells developed from pre-flight blood donations provided by the crew members to create miniature stand-ins, or avatars, of their bone marrow. A key goal for this research is to validate whether organ chips can serve as accurate tools for measuring and predicting human responses to stressors. So to evaluate this, the scientists will compare AVATAR data with space station findings, as well as samples taken from this crew before and after flight. This could inform measures to ensure crew health on future deep space missions, including personalizing medical kits to each astronaut. And for citizens on Earth, it could lead to advancements in individualized treatments for diseases such as cancer. AVATAR is a collaboration between government agencies and commercial space agencies, including NASA, the National Center for Advancing Translational Sciences within the National Institutes of Health, Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Authority, Space Tango, and Emulate.
Hi, everybody. That's all for now.
Now has the
We're going
opportunity
to
to
tune
talk with the
back
flight
in
director on a
a couple of
privatized
hours.
loop,
Thanks for
allowing
watching.
them to
Cheers.
ask questions or report anything about their Orion spacecraft after now it has been 21 hours and 18 minutes since their launch.